Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to another vlog. This one is, I don't know if we're gonna be showing that much renovations in it. I don't know. I kind of just wanted to chat with you like ahead of Vlogmas and sort of get back into like a little bit of a follow me around style when I can of vloggy clips and like what's going on in my life, because I feel like it's been a lot of renovations recently, which is fine because that's our life, but also at the same time I'm like, I'm doing other stuff too, might as well take you along for the ride, honey. And I want to like get more into the pick up and go vlog style a little bit as well because of Vlogmas. So I don't want it to be like feeling foreign to me once December hits with getting up weekly Vlogmas videos and stuff. So this morning, Corvidia and I went on a little play date here in Keene, New Hampshire, and it was so fun. We went to this place called Jump and Jive, which was like an indoor play gym. And one of my subscribers actually who lives in Keene, so shout out to you. I'm forgetting your name right now, but she sent me a message being like, hey, I live in Keene, and I'm actually doing both of her recommendations today. She said to go to Jump and Jive with my kids, so I did. And then she also suggested the Ted's Shoe and Sport for having a great selection of athletic shoes that I can choose from because I need to upgrade my athletic shoes. I was talking about this in a Patreon vlog that I filmed for Larry's birthday. I went to a shoe store in that vlog for picking up a pair of slippers that have arch support. And I love a good arch support shoe because, you know, especially if I'm wearing slippers around the house, like I want it to have arch support so that I'm not just like on flat feet all day, like with my UGG slippers that I had, which I just had to get rid of because they were hurting my back too bad, honey. So I got Stegman's instead. And when I was picking up those shoes in that vlog, I was like, I also need athletic shoes. But literally both shoe stores in Brattleboro don't have a good selection of athletic shoes. It's more like hiking boots and stuff. So I decided to come to Keene instead for that and tacked it on to our little day of activities after our play date because she is surprisingly still awake. So we're actually going to go into Brewbaker's Cafe, which if you live around Keene and you've never been to Brewbaker's, like I don't know what to tell you. And if you're ever visiting Keene, please go because it is so ginormous and iconic and legendary. And they have like such a wide variety of not only pastries, but also like food that they make there. And then they have like a little gift shop. So I'm going to bring her in there and we're going to get a little lunch and then go get our shoes. So just wanted to check in, tell you what I'm up to today. All right. I think this is going to be coming home with us. It's a little side table. What are you pointing at? You're going to have the whole thing? Okay. Whoa. I actually was able to get a couple Christmas gifts at Brewbaker's from the makers there. I love a maker's market. Something about me is I'm gonna spend some coin at a maker's market or a craft fair. And now we're walking to Ted's and hopefully I can find some Hokas or some Brooks or something. The Bog's down there. Mama's got a brand new bag. Got some Brooks in gray. They're feeling good. Pioneers used to walk in these bad boys for miles. I got a little Christmas gift for somebody in my life who loves cooking and hosting dinner parties. Look at these candles. They're from Happy Organics and they're like little carrots. I just love them. I feel like they're just perfect for a dinner party. And then I also got these ones, which are from the same brand and they are purple asparagus. Oh. And then the bigger item that I got was the mushroom end table or little side table. But I got that for Finley for probably Christmas or his birthday. I don't really know how or where I'm gonna hide it from him because his domain is the basement and like the workshop and everything down there. I feel like if I tarped it and hid it under something, he would just find it. So I might have to like store it in the shed outside and hope that he doesn't like move things around, and maybe I'll wrap it in a moving blanket, but I'm not gonna like wrap it and bring it down to Georgia for Christmas. I'm just gonna leave it at our house and then I'll show him like a photo of it, you know. And then speaking of Finley, I'm bringing the old man home a couple of sweeties. This might actually be for me. I don't know. I bought it for one of us. A molasses cookie. Then for him, a maple donut. Ah, looks incredible. And also for him, a bacon, egg, cheese little quiche. Something about Finley is if there's a bacon, egg, and cheese anything, he will be swiping his card for that. I wore my new shoes out of the store and I will be wearing them all day to sort of break them in. It was so funny going to somebody who just obviously has like a love of shoes and such a knowledge from working there. So that's why you should not just buy shoes online. You should go in and like get sized and figure out the best one for you. I had a little post-it note from when I graduated my pelvic floor PT, and she wrote down on the post-it note how I should look for motion control and stability as well as cushioning, but she put a star by stability. So I gave the post-it note to the gal who was helping me, and I was like, I am just relaying this information from my PT, and I'm wondering if you have any options for me. And the most recommended brands to me when I asked on Instagram for athletic shoe racks were Hoka's and Brooks, as well as Ultras a little bit, but definitely those were vastly under recommended compared to Hoka's and Brooks. So I told her that I had been recommended those two brands, and she was like, I just want you to consider some other ones as well, because there's brands that are doing it better that are not the same like big brands as those two. And so we're going to try those on as well. So I tried on a pair of sneakers from the brand On, but I didn't like them very much. They just seemed a little bit bulky and they felt like they didn't have much give, like not much bounce. And I'm mainly getting these for like dance classes and running around if I ever get the courage to go for a run. But it's November and it's going to start snowing and icing over all of the trails anyway. And just shoes to walk on my walking pad with, or I can run on my walking pad as well because we have one that cranks up pretty high speed wise. Anyway, I just wanted to switch them out because I had a pair of like wool running shoes that weren't really running shoes. They were just kind of like arch support daily walking shoes, and they're really deteriorating quickly, and I only got them in 2023, so I wanted something that will last a little bit longer. Anyway, I had on one foot the Brooks and one foot the Hoka's at one point, and I was like, I don't know, they kind of feel the same, like walking on a cloud. And she was like, well, the Hoka's, you would have to put in like an arch support for those. Is this even interesting to you guys? I feel like some of you may be in the market for proper supportive shoes like me. But she was like, Hoka does cushioning. Great. It's just like a lot of cushioning. It's not as much a stability shoe like the Brooks are going to be. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with the Brooks. And I got gray ones and they look gorgina. I'm at Home Depot. You can't even tell because I parked next to the shed. Oh, you can tell because we're in the land of tax-free over here in New Hampshire. So I'm going to try to get some renovation stuff for Finley while I'm here. Mainly he just needs like a giant box of construction glue for gluing down the rest of the boards for the hardwood floor. And then there's a One Stop Country Pet, and I order my dog's food online because the One Stop Country Pet that I go to in my town doesn't carry it, even though I guess I could like order it to the store and then go pick it up. But sometimes it's just like easier to get it to your house, you know? And I live rurally, so there's many things that we just get shipped to our house that we can't actually get around. But the dog food delivery will not be coming until Monday, and we only have one can left, and I got a lot of days in between now and Monday. So I'm going to get like 5 cans to cover it or something like that. Maybe a couple of extra in case it gets delayed. And then we'll probably head back home. You guys are simply not going to believe the thrift find I just found. So I go to Experienced Goods in Brattleboro all the time because I work for the community closet. I bring whatever donations get brought to us that don't belong at our children's and pregnancy closet. Like, you'd be surprised, people donate a lot of stuff that needs to be brought somewhere else that we don't accept. So I'm constantly going to Experienced Goods to drop off donations. And normally I stay in my car, but today there was another person in front of me who had some bags of stuff that they were bringing through the donation door. So I was like, you know what? I'll just grab the bag and I'll just run it in really quickly. As soon as I got in there, brought the bag and I was putting it down and I was about to turn to leave. And I hear the person in front of me go, no way somebody brought in this dollhouse. And I naturally had to look at the dollhouse that she was referring to. And I went and looked at it and was like, okay, you're kidding. Like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You know the price tag that was on it? It was $28. And I just have to show this to you because it's insane. I somehow fit it into our trunk with the construction glue as well that I picked up from Home Depot. But it's like this beautiful cedar-sided home, 9 bedrooms. So I also just have to say, I was about to put a dollhouse on V's Christmas list because we collect Maileg, M-A-I-L-E-G, but the Maileg doll houses are so expensive. I gotta give you a 360. This is what it looks like from when you're playing with the house. Hardwood floors. I mean, you're kidding. Why was this marked as $28? Look at the little staircase. I know my friend Ariel is probably freaking out right now seeing this because she has like a little miniature collection at her house. Look at the hallway under the stairs. Is that like a pantry for the kitchen? Oh my God. Look at all the wallpaper and the brick fireplaces on both sides. And then it came with a couple of pieces actually. So the porch like wraps around like this. And when I was buying it, they were like, yeah, the pieces for the porch just need to be glued back on. But this is like a simple fix. And then look at this side of the house. I mean, you're freaking kidding me. Look at these little French doors. I am losing my mind. I'm gonna put a photo on the screen of what dollhouse I was considering and like the price tag on it. And then I found this instead, $28. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, people. I'm feeling like the luckiest lady in the world. So once we renovate our primary bathroom that's behind this door that's attached to our bedroom, we're going to put like a wall out here from the bedroom and rebuild the staircase. So you would like enter the staircase from leaving our room, and this loft will all be included into the bathroom basically. But for right now, we're using it as like a storage space for out of season clothes, baby gear, and stuff like my birth ball and other, little outfits and stuff. I didn't realize when you had a baby how much they outgrow their clothes, and then you just have to like put them in storage so it's not just taking up their dresser space since they like grow out of stuff so fast. There's also a window up here that we're going to include probably into our bathroom as well, and like this one is fogged out so it needs to be replaced anyway, but I'm very excited to see how that progresses over the coming years. My boobs are so full right now because I'm weaning, and some of you may have seen my like in bed breastfeeding pillow setup over there in storage, and I don't really know how better to store those things other than putting them in like the giant tote zipper bags, but at least the husband pillow can't fit in one of those. But yes, Corvidia has been weaned from nursing as of yesterday when I'm filming this, so my boobs are still like so uncomfortable. I don't even know how I'm lying like on my chest right now because I didn't even go to Pilates yesterday because I knew that we would be doing like floor work because we normally do where we lie on our stomachs and do like Supermans and stuff, and the pressure has just been insane. And I told Finley today, I wonder if my body will just be like, oh, the milk is no longer coming out, so maybe it's going to be absorbed back into my body. Nobody ever talks about this stuff. Like, how does it work, you know? Anyway, I think eventually it'll get the memo and then stop producing milk. But yes, 18 months of nursing in the bag. I talked more in depth about this decision on my Patreon. I recorded like almost 20-minute voicemail about not just weaning. It was sort of just like a life update, but I talked about it on there. And I'm sure I'll have more to update on that topic as the weeks go on, how I'm feeling and as my emotions readjust. But just wanted to tell you, kid. Good morning, folks. We are out here in the garden this morning, and I just have a couple of things to cut because, so in the last clip, I was talking about how I'm no longer nursing, and I didn't know if the milk would basically be reabsorbed into my body. And I looked into it last night, and that is kind of what happens. Like, your cells basically stop telling your body to create more milk, and milk is produced based on your demand. So like if your baby is suckling, your body will tell itself to create more milk, and I was looking into like ways to help dry up my milk faster since I'm uncomfortable. And there are some herbs that have anti-lactogenic properties, so you wouldn't want to use these herbs if you are nursing and want to boost your supply, okay? But the herbs I'm going to be cutting today are peppermint, rosemary, thyme, a little bit of sage, a little bit of parsley. I don't have any oregano, but you could do that as well. And I might even get some lemon balm, get crazy with it. And this is probably going to be my last time cutting herbs from the garden because everything is dying. And I need to refill my homemade bird feeder. My calendula is going to sleep for the winter. Good night, honey. This might be a pretty weird angle, but I'm just going to get some sage, got myself a little rosemary, some lemon balm, and I'm gonna make a tea out of all of this stuff, by the way. And right in front of you is my peppermint. Actually, this is spearmint, but that will work too. Really most things in the mint family. What else did I want? Thyme? Hey diddle diddle, that's too little. The cat and the fiddle. Yeah, this is smelling like it's gonna pack a punch, honey. Let's go make some tea. Okay, I stuffed all my herbs into here, and I am going to add in some water now. Whoever made me this mug, I don't know if you still watch my videos. I still use this mug like every day. I'm gonna have some of my anti-lactogenic tea right now, and then I am gonna let the rest steep, probably overnight. I decided to make it a little bit stronger because you can see like this basically just looks like water. Next up on the agenda, we have a pediatrician appointment followed by a little birthday party for one of our buddies at the library. So it's just me and her today because Finley's laying a bunch of floor, and I was like, you stay here, hun, I got it covered. But also I'm a little nervous because the pediatrician alone is not always a joy. Okay. The pediatrician was a lot, honestly. That's all I'll say. And now we are at the community closet sorting a bit of donations that came in during our open hours this week. And she's just playing with toys and we are regulating our nervous systems again. Things are looking pretty good here. We have a new volunteer who's been truly incredible. And every time after she volunteers, I just like come in here and I'm like, wow, she did such an amazing job. So very, very grateful for that. I'm just picking out some stuff that has new tags on it, and I'm going to hang that up at the front because people always take the new stuff first, and then everything else like this can go into its according bin if I can ever find the size tag. Some stuff like this I just hold up and I'm like, that looks like it would fit a 3-year-old or 2-year-old. We'll do this for a bit. So we recently moved all of our bathing suits and summer stuff up here to the top. So I was just sorting everything into the bins that it goes in, as well as shoving some stuff up to the top up here. But I don't know, we're really gonna have to enlist some more summer bins because whatever season we are not currently in, people bring in those donations because they're obviously like, oh, my kid's not wearing 6-month sized shorts anymore. So I'll bring those in and I'll get him some, 6 to 9 month pants for the winter or something. So yeah, but this is what it's looking like right now. I brought down the Christmas and Hanukkah stuff. I put the Halloween stuff up there. We also do a display here of seasonal items as well as like new with tags. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting stuff out. Look at this. Hannah Anderson Christmas. Guys, you're not going to believe this. So I sorted this the other day. Y'all might have watched my Lunenburg vlog from this summer. And this is like a size, I think it's 4T. And I sent a photo to Ariel and I was like, look at this. And she goes, Megan, you have to get it. Like, even if it's too big for her right now, she can wear it as a dress or something. Like, you just need to get it. And I told her, oh, I regret to inform you, I already put it in, the big kid bin and I didn't get it. And she said, oh, that's okay. And then I come back here today and it had fallen into the little bin down here of stuffed animals. So I think it's a sign that I need to take this home. So I will be doing that. Almost all finished up in here. I'm feeling good about how things are looking, so I'm ready to leave soon. I'm aware that this lighting is just completely deranged right now. It's golden hour, and we made it to the library, which I'm actually very excited that I'm coming to the library today because I was talking about this in my last vlog. I'm on the board now for the library, and we do like an annual fundraising letter that we send out, basically asking people for donations for all of our programs, and we include like some statistics about how many people visited the library and how we want to continue serving people, X, Y, and Z. And I have to pick up my packet of all my envelopes to send out to people today. I was going to wait until next week, but now I'm here. So we're going to do that. And I also got some to-go food from Crossroads Mexican Street Food, which is on Putney Road in Brattleboro. And it's kind of like an unassuming location because they are a food truck as well, but then they also have like a retail location, and they just kind of hang a banner on the side of it. I don't know, but it's great, and we've been going there a lot because it's fucking fire. If you guys are familiar with the area, it used to be Top of the Hill Grill. That's like the area that they own now. And I feel kind of rude just like bringing in my to-go food to this baby's birthday party, so I'm going to eat my burrito tacos in the car and chat with you, even though I really wish that this lighting wasn't so horrible, but I don't really want to move my car. Look at this burrito taco. Incredible. And then you get the consomme with it. Yeah. Chipotle mukbang be damned. This is what I want to be eating with you on camera. A nice local Mexican street food joint. Say less. Out of this world every time. I also was thinking I might cancel my exercise class. I have been going pretty consistently, but I don't want to go today. It's just one of those days. And then we're going to this birthday party, and it's going to run later into my evening, and I won't get home until right before I have to leave for my exercise class, and that won't be enough time for like her to adjust. And she's also teething, so it's not happening. I'm very surprised that I was able to wean from breastfeeding while she's teething, by the way. It's been insane. My pediatrician today was like, hats off to you. We could never, like my wife and I, we just couldn't do it. And then they had a second, and the toddler was like, whoa, there's another baby who gets this milk? Come on now, get out of here with all that. So it was nice to get some props, I suppose. I don't know. I just really wanted to stick to my guns on this one. This taco is really hitting the freaking spot. I basically wolfed it down. So I get the burrito tacos most of the time, but I also get their chicken quesadilla. So I'm bringing that home for dinner later. And then I also got Finley a smash burger because the last time that we went here, he got the smash burger and he said, I think this is the best burger I've ever had up here. And his favorite place was another food truck that unfortunately closed. It was called Biker Bob's, and he would call it Bob's Burgers. And he would always go there and get a burger. And when they closed, he was heartbroken. But what's interesting is Crossroads Mexican Food and Biker Bob's had like paired up for a period of time. So I don't know if Biker Bob's gave Crossroads some tips on how to make the best burger. You never know. But it be hitting. I almost reached for my second, but like I need to go into this birthday party. I'm already half an hour late. We got home to a package from Auntie Loca. So I'm gonna open it on camera because why not? Oh wow, this is incredible. She texted me last week, what size is Corvidia in clothes? 18 months, right? And I said yes, 18 to 24 months. And she sent this little gingerbread set from Carter's. I freaking can't. And then it has some matching sweatpants for the holiday season. Honestly, if she wore this today next to my ensemble, we'd be gingerbread ladies together. So cute. Thank you, Lindsay. Hello, it's the next day now, and I just finished packing all of the envelopes. This is just half of them, and the other half are in my mailbox now. But of all the annual appeal letters that are going out to our community to try and source donations for the library. And I personalized them, and I drew little drawings on them, anything to grab the eye, you know, and not just be like, ugh, trash. Hope it works, wish me luck. And I was about to actually go and try to be like a walk-in client for a nail appointment, but I think instead I'm just gonna keep planning this video for Patreon that I have been meaning to film for quite some time. It's just, yeah, sort of an emotional video, and I want to have all of my words right when I film it. So I've been delaying that process because I'm like, oh, even planning it, I'm like, need to go down memory lane a little bit. Sorry for the saw in the background, but Finley's getting after it, and I am as well. Woohoo! I'm so happy to have these done because I picked them up yesterday and I was just like, I will soon be licking envelopes for our Christmas card and having these additional things banging on the door of my mind. If I haven't done them yet by then, I'll just be like so overwhelmed. And we're sending out more Christmas cards than usual this year. So that's getting to be a little bit insane. Hey y'all, I'm making crispy tofu. I only had half a block left of tofu, so I'm just making a recipe and cutting it in half. But it's basically just like a tablespoon of tamari and some nutritional yeast. And I also put in a little bit of miso because I was feeling crazy, and then I just tossed it all together, and my tofu kind of crumbled when I was tossing it because I guess I was using a bit of a heavy hand, but hopefully it turns out nice and crispy and delish for a little snack. I'm taking another tea break. It's been a while since I used this one, but my old Russian neighbor, Olya, made me this tea blend, and she put a bunch of stuff in there for herbal medicine remedies, and there's something in there that's super bitter. I'll put it on the screen, but it's some kind of root, but it's really good for preventing sickness, so 'tis the season, honey. Also, I just want some hot tea right now because honestly my stomach is feeling kind of weird from that quesadilla I had last night.
Together we will make our food, together we will meet, together we'll gather round the table to eat and eat and eat.
Hey y'all, I'm back at the closet now, and it's a couple of days since my last clip. I feel like in the last clip I was talking about how I was going to film a Patreon video, and I did. So on Saturday, we had some friends over to see our land, and it was so much fun. And then on Sunday, I woke up in the morning, I grocery shopped. I came here to the closet because we have a mountain of donations I have been slowly sifting through. And then I went to my friend's house because she's pregnant with baby number 2, and we did like baby prep and nesting things that she is unable to do, like moving furniture around and cleaning her baseboard heaters. And it was like a work party with 2 of my other buddies. And then Finley came later and helped out as well, and they like moved a bunch of stuff around in the garage and tried to find room for all the old baby things and brought the new baby stuff down. It was just like, you know, we crossed a ton of stuff off the list. So we did that. And then I came home for nap time. I worked, I packed the car back up, and I went to an electrolysis appointment, which I have been getting since June on my PCOS chin hairs and like random hairs that come up on my cheeks. You guys get it if you're in the thick of PCOS. I've been getting it weekly and bi-weekly depending on scheduling and the grow back rate, and I've been going bi-weekly as of recent, but my electrologist is sick and has to go through like a surgery and treatment soon, so she unfortunately is looking for a replacement and struggling to find one. So this may be like a temporary pause of my electrolysis journey, honestly, because of this, which is fine, and I just want her to get better. And I don't really know if I want to like transfer myself to electrolysis in Massachusetts or find another office. Like, I really like the girl I go to, and you know, since I've been seeing her for like almost half a year, I feel like we have a bond, and it would be a bummer. I think I might just wait for her to come back to work, and that will be like maybe in March. She's gonna take like 3 months off or something. So that's my update there, but I had maybe my second to last appointment before she takes medical leave. And then after nap time, I picked Corvidia back up, and we went to a baby birthday party. So yesterday was truly insane, but I had a very social weekend, and I'm honestly feeling really great about it. I'm like, woo, very fun. But I don't normally vlog with friends, so I just figured I would pick this back up once I was all done with all that and catch you up to speed. And I am here sorting all these donations. I will show you how much we got over the weekend. So I want to say we have some elderly volunteers who work here, which is fantastic because I need their help with like sitting here and manning the closet and opening it during open hours and greeting people and locking up when they go. But because we have some stuff that's on like higher shelves, and you know, maybe they've had like a knee replacement or like a shoulder surgery or something, they can't always do heavy lifting, which is totally fine. So sometimes like they'll volunteer for the weekend and then I'll come in and do more of the heavy lifting. So that's what's been working, at least for us. temporarily.
Wow.
I know.
Stuff has been gone through.
I did it.
You did it all?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was insane.
I know. My Christmas bird sheets are on for the first time this season. I just love these little guys from Garnet Hill. I had to wash my duvet cover, so that is being done right now because, you know, I'm not naming names, but somebody came up here and they did have blueberry fingers. Who was supposed to know? Not me. So, sticky blueberry fingers got on everything. I gotta wash the stains out. Oh my god, speaking of stains, if you have a toddler, this stuff is incredible. Just let the stain dry a little bit, spray it on, then wash it. Comes right out. Here I am, back at the closet for the 4th day in a row. Who can even believe it? I am almost through all of the donations that we got this weekend. So that's really thrilling. We tried a new play group this morning, which was so fun. And then we came here to continue the party a little bit. And I just wanted to get all of this done before our open hours mid-week. What does this say? 2T. Some of the clothes that come in here have like a Sharpied name for daycare or school or something in them, and they cover up the size. And I'm like, no! I am elated at the amount of donations we got because everything is pretty much full. Every single size except for preemie and newborn, which is always kind of low. Everything seems to have a lot of stuff in it. Like we have 4 bins of 0 to 3 months, which is always kind of bumping because that's like the size that everybody wants to gift you and that they grow out of the fastest. But even all of our toddler bins, all of our preteen bins, and then we have 3 separate teen bins as well, and those are all full too. I'm like, this is incredible. 'Tis the season. And also after Christmas, I'm sure we'll have a bunch of donations as well. But just feeling grateful this week of Thanksgiving for all of the resources that we have in the community that I live in, because I just feel like more people need this kind of stuff. Not just the closet, but like the infinite amounts of play groups, story times, like opportunities to just get out of the house and see people and make friends who also have kids who will understand when you're like, instead of having our partners meet over a long dinner, maybe we could get everybody together with the kids and we could have like an afternoon play date or a lunch or something. Like one of my friends and I were just talking about having our husbands meet for the first time because her husband is an electrician and Finley loves electricity and doing that for the reno and everything. So I was like, you know, Finley would love to have an electrician friend. And she was like, yes, let's do not dinner. And I'm just feeling even more grateful because I know how many people are like, I don't have any mom friends near me, or I don't have, you know, anybody who gets the life of a parent. And I talk about this all the time, but like going to baby group and meeting all of those people totally changed my life living up here. And I've realized too, as I get older, like I like having a large network and having friends for different things. Anyway, what size are we thinking this is? An 80 centimeter top. Some of the like foreign sizing, they do centimeters instead of like months. It can be very confusing, but I try my best. That's one of the hardest things about running the closet too, is that if I size the shoes, people don't put them back in the right bin for the size of shoes. They do for the clothes, but for some reason with the shoes, it's just like a free-for-all. Or more understandably so, anytime I organize the toys, children will come in here, like V, and play with them, and then their parents will like leave in a rush and just leave the toys on random shelves. So sometimes it doesn't always work out to organize things with more intent. I don't know. We got some socks to put away and an empty bin. Yes! I decided to get totally freaking crazy today and label at least the top 2 shelves of our bookcase and then organize all of our books. So I pulled out like some ones that are really popular, like the Love Every books, and I put those at crawling height for babies. And then I put out some seasonal ones. And we literally never use this tiny shelf, so I put some seasonal books on there as well with Santa Claus. Well, folks, I went and got a little sandwich. It's like pesto, turkey, red pepper, and cheese. God, that's good. We're at the library now, but she fell asleep. Oh, maybe she didn't fall asleep. Gotta go. I just got out of Pilates, and when I was leaving, a random woman, not random, I've seen her at other classes, but we've just never spoken. She tapped my arm and she goes, "Darling, you have all And I was like, oh no, I've already altered these pants. They're my Perusha people mushroom brown bell bottoms. So embarrassing. Wasn't even feeling any breeze. Okay, I gotta go home. All right, y'all, let's make some homemade elderberry syrup for cold and flu season for your family. I'm putting in 3/4 cups of dried elderberries into a little simmer pot, and then I'm adding in 3 cups of water, a big cinnamon stick, I think a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, or wait, no, it was a teaspoon. And then I grated in like, I don't know, probably a tablespoon of ginger. I prefer using fresh ginger, but you could also use dried if you really wanted to. And then I just simmered it for a while until it got simmered down for, I don't know, I think it was about 40 minutes it was simmering. And then I strained it through a mesh strainer and I pushed all of the juice out with a wooden spoon. And then I added in some local honey that my neighbors gifted me. And this is honestly one of the most satisfying parts, is just watching all of the honey go into my measuring cup. It's hard to scoop out honey from a jar like that, you know, so I just generally don't. But I put in a cup of honey and I was just doing it in like 1/2 cup batches basically, so that it wouldn't be like one big ball when I started to mix it around, because that is kind of what happens. But it just is such a beautiful process to watch all of it go in there and just mixing it all together and seeing the colors and the honey. Ugh, I don't know. It's just so beautiful to me. I'll stop yapping now, but you can just store that in an airtight glass container in the fridge for up to 2 months. It's like 60 out today, so we're gonna go run some errands around town. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Wait, I just realized all the Christmas decorations are gonna be up downtown. I'll show you. It's so pretty. Plenty Park. We need to get our Christmas card stamps from the post office. Here we go. Stamps have been secured. We're taking a gloomy stroll downtown. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys, Brattleboro is having a festival of miniatures this holiday season. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The Nutcracker. Talk about an epic dollhouse. Wow. This is amazing. I want to live in there. Wow, I know. So cool. Trump's toupee is falling off. The Queen's waving at them with her doggies. She has a dachshund and a corgi. I think this is Trump in an orange jumpsuit. Really good.
Sorry, thank you.
Who knew? Philip Pullman finally came out with the 3rd book in the Book of Dust trilogy, and I'm very excited, but I don't remember what happened in the 2nd one because I read it 6 years ago. So now I'm like, I think I need to listen to them or something. So Finley offered last night for us to listen on our holiday travel road trip, but I'm very excited. I'm a huge PP fan. Last night, Finley made us an insane amount of French toast for dinner, and he used all of the cinnamon, and then I realized that I had no cinnamon and I have to make pumpkin pie today for my Auntie Tina's house. And because I already went to the store yesterday and it was insane, I texted my neighbor and I was like, do you have some cinnamon I could borrow? And she said, I have a huge jar of cinnamon. Come on over, and here it is. So she gave me a little jar of it. Thank God. I love my neighbor. Whenever I see her, we always end up talking for like 15 minutes. So it was nice to chat with her, and I'm going to make my pumpkin pie filling. So basically, my mom, before I gave birth, made me a bunch of energy balls that were like shredded carrot, maybe coconut, dates, and raisins, and like, you know, rolled them all up. And then I didn't eat all of them because it was like 100 energy balls. You know, I didn't need that many. When I was giving birth, I didn't eat anything. I was in the zone and I had a pretty short birth. If it was like multiple days, I would have been like, hey y'all, I need some food. But anyway, because I didn't finish them, we just put them in like a giant freezer bag and froze them and forgot about them. And then I dug them out recently and I was like, these are completely crumbling and falling apart. I need to press them down into a pie pan and basically make like a crust for the pumpkin pie filling, and I'm just gonna see how it works out. I'm gonna use like another pumpkin pie filling recipe online and then have this energy ball crust and bring it to my aunt's house and hope that everybody likes it. My cousins are gonna be there as well. Well, my cousin and his wife and his baby. So I'm very excited about that because my cousin's baby is like, well, he's a year old now. So I guess him and V are like 6 months apart, but we're gonna have a cheery old time. I realized I've been vlogging for a week now, and I'm kind of like, I gotta edit this footage back and possibly get it up for you. I don't know what I've been yapping about for a week straight, but I've been yapping, you know, that's what I do. I want to show you guys my pumpkin pie process. So I did press the energy ball crust together into my pie pan, and then I cracked 4 eggs and I whisked those bad boys up, and then I added in, I'm measuring it out in like 1/3 cup little cups, but it's just a cup of evaporated milk. The recipe that I used called for heavy whipping cream, but I normally use evaporated milk, not heavy whipping cream, so I was kind of like, what the heck? And then I added in some homemade pumpkin puree, 1.25 cups of that, and then I used how much of maple syrup instead of sugar? 2/3 cup of maple syrup, and then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, and then I poured it into my crust, and I baked it in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. Then I rotated it and I put it back in for another 30 minutes. So my plan did not work, unfortunately, with the energy ball crust. It just totally burnt, and then the inside of it, you can tell if I shake it, it's not, and you can just see, like, it's not setting. So for the filling recipe, the one that I used called for heavy whipping cream, and instead I used evaporated milk because that's what I originally get for pumpkin pie recipes, you know, and like use a bunch of eggs and stuff, but still we're having some trouble here. So I'm thinking I might just try to like cut off the burnt part of the crust, put some foil over it, and maybe put it in the oven at like 350 for 5 minutes and see what it does. But I also might try to just like, because there are parts of it that are cooked and set, you know, so I might also try to put it into the fridge and just see if it like thickens itself up by cooling, because this actually has gotten a lot better since it came out the oven. When it was really hot, it was more like soupy. Anyway, we'll figure this freaking thing out. We're watching a little Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade up in here. New tradition alert. Well, old tradition. Matching Thanksgiving outfit alert. We got these from Riley and crew. Jeez. Another day, another pot of tea. Ever since I weaned V, I have just been in my tea era again because I don't have to worry about what herbs are as safe for her through my milk as they are for me, you know? I'm like, it's a free-for-all, honey. This thing is so small but mighty, by the way. I need to find the brand on this, but it can hold 4 cups of water, which is crazy. You wouldn't think. It's like the size of my palm. This is the brand on that bad boy. Gonna add in a little bit of my homemade elderberry syrup. Ooh, a little clove, a little cinnamon in there. It looks crazy in there. It looks like tar. I gotta take my fall decorations down today. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I've got my tea here in my little piggy mug. My Auntie Tina actually gave Finley and I these for our wedding, and we're obsessed with them because they're so big. Like, they can hold so much. So much joe, so much tea. Y'all, it is the day after Thanksgiving, and I am immediately locked into planning ahead for what needs to be done so I can decorate for Christmas. And we are cutting down our Christmas tree this weekend a different way than we normally do. Our friends got a permit to go to the forest and cut one down, and the permit that they got allows you to get 2 trees, so they invited us, and I'm so excited. So we're gonna be doing that this weekend. But before then, I need to take down all of our fall decorations and clean, and then store them in the basement and bring up the Christmas stuff, but I probably won't do that until I'm actually gonna like put it out during Vlogmas with you. I normally do that on December 1st. And I've been thinking about where the hell we're gonna put our Christmas tree that we cut down, because our current living space is a little bit chaotic, to say the least. We have moved all of our furniture out of the wing to be able to put in the new hardwood floors. And the new hardwood floors probably aren't going to be cured even during Vlogmas. I mean, they will, but we won't be home. So the floors are down currently, but it's 1,100 square feet of space, give or take, and they still need to be sanded and then stained and then put on a ceiling coat on top of that of polyway. While you could walk on it maybe within like a week, we really shouldn't be moving all of our big furniture, like our couches and our shades and our desks and stuff, back into the wing. Just not gonna like halfway move in and then move out. Like, we're just gonna move everything in when the floors are actually finished, which is going to be in the new year, technically. So I have been reckoning with that over the past few days, being like, crap, so I'm gonna have to decorate this space, basically like the original part of the house, the kitchen dining room area. And that's fine because that's exactly what I did for fall. But I just didn't like show you a full fall decoration vlog because it was very bits and pieces of this and that, but I'll show you what I did while I'm taking it down. I did a little fall display that you see right when you walk into our house on our kitchen island. Every year I forget the name of my giant scarecrow, but this year I'm gonna call her Sally. And Sally the scarecrow is in Corvidia's high chair. And then I have a little hidden gnome up on the top of my mushroom shrine, and he's just sort of looking over everything, you know. And I hung the crow garland that I actually got for Corvidia's first birthday party up on the top of our little like china shelf. And I love it there. And I think that for Christmas, I'm actually gonna unclip the little sunflower crows and replace them with our previous years of Christmas cards. So that will be super cute. And then I also made a tablescape on our dining room table. And it's just like hedgehogs and pine cones and things like that. And then other than just the wreath on our front door, that's pretty much all that I did for fall decorations this year, which is fine. But I also have a lot more of Christmas decorations. So I've been thinking behind me is where I'm going to put the Christmas tree. We can clear this table out and move it to the basement. We can put the monsteras on a different table surface temporarily. These are all gonna go back into the wing. I think there's 4 of them, and then the 5th one is up in our bedroom. And in the meantime, they've just been chilling by this window, getting a little sunlight, you know, but this doesn't need to be here. So I think I will move the Christmas tree here because it's kind of the only place in my house right now that's making sense. And we're just working with our small space solutions this year while this room is kind of blown up, which is just what it is. This is reno life. We're living amongst storage right now. And what's so funny is like half of the wing is in storage in the basement, and then the other half, like the really big furniture, is all up here because we don't want to move it down the basement stairs just to move it back up here. It would just be a whole heavy lifting process. But I just wanted to give you that little explanation. I don't know why, as a disclaimer ahead of time, that we're not going to be doing like crazy decorations in the wing, but that doesn't mean that we can't do like crazy fun decorations with the natural wood beams in here and make it cozy and cute. But I am feeling just slightly overwhelmed at the state of this space just because I have to clean it. So I'm like looking at everything being like, that needs to be moved and that and that and that, and this can go to the basement and all these things. So let's do that today. I have my tea. I'm ready to go. Christmas, we are asking Santa for a play kitchen to fit underneath this kitchen island so V can cook while I cook up here. Because right now, I mean, she's still obsessed with her toddler tower. Seriously, best gift ever. We have the Kids Works one, just like all wood, and we love it. But also, I know because she's played with other play kitchens before, she would be obsessed with like a little stove and fridge under here. So hope Santa gets our Christmas list. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this area now that I've cleaned it off. So I'm just gonna move all the fall stuff out of the way. Temporarily here because I picked them up at a local antique store. I'm obsessed with them. They're eventually going to go in the wing, but it's nice to have some extra seating for when friends come over and don't want to just like sit at the dining table, we have lots of various chair options around. And these ones just look pretty damn cool. So I'm gonna keep them out here right now. I mean, I guess I can move them to the basement, but they look sick. I will say, if you have a toddler tower, you really have to clean it like a lot. I clean it multiple times a week because she likes to climb up here and then eat in it. If I'm preparing food, she's grabbing handfuls. She's having smoothies in here and various sticky fruits. So I just have to like de-stick it every now and again. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take apart the baby gate here and vacuum all around it. And I'm trying to think of the other like big things that I wanna clean while I'm down here at eye level. I kinda wanna rip up the rug that's in front of our sink and wash it because I've just been vacuuming it, but I'm pretty sure it's due for a soak. And by pretty sure, I'm really sure. And I'm already washing all of my wool items today anyway, so this is a wool rug and it needs a little time. Okay, I just finished vacuuming this bad boy, and the corners of it are taped down by rug tape, which we really love, but I can just replace it after I rip all of this up. Yeah, in the bottom of this you can tell it's like lighter on this side and dark on the other. We gotta get this bad boy up and into the tub. Not the tub that we use every day though. I'm gonna use the upstairs bathroom tub because we don't even shower in there now that we have the bathroom downstairs. And first I'm gonna sort of bang it out on the front porch. This would be a good time for a ruggable in this area. I'm realizing, just toss this bad boy in the washer, but I can't do that because it's wool.
2,000 years later.
So unfortunately I did move my rug outside and then totally forgot it was snowing, so really gotta bring that in now and actually soak it because I've just been cleaning and doing the dishes. I'm bringing out the Christmas kitchen things. Just little old antique pie cutter stuff and my Heart of the Home book from Susan Branch. And things really got away from me quick here, and by that I mean I started cleaning and then I was like, well, if I'm doing this, I might as well do this. If I'm taking up the rug, I might as well vacuum under all of the cracks of the cabinets. And if I'm doing that, then I should also do all of the dishes and clean the stovetop and just deep clean the kitchen in general. So that's what I've been doing for the past like 3 hours. It's been going swell, I'd say, and I've been listening to just like oldies Christmas music. I'm currently listening to All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth. I started with Etta James and then I sort of just spiraled into a suggested playlist that I'm not controlling anymore. And it's been incredible. You know, Spotify, they can really do a good job sometimes. Not all the time, I won't give them that, but sometimes for sure. Speaking of which, when the hell does the Spotify Wrapped happen? Because I feel like it happens pretty soon here. And I already know that probably half of my Spotify Wrapped is gonna be Joe. DJO. Oh, my man Joe Keery, I'm just obsessed, honey. His new album, Crux. I've just been listening to it all year long, and I know it's gonna be pretty high up there. I'm really happy that I've gotten the chance to deep clean this kitchen because I talked about this a couple of months ago, probably the last time that we had her come, but I was having somebody come to clean like once a month and do more of a deep clean. And then ever since we moved all of the furniture in here from the wing, I've been like, well, what the hell is she gonna clean? Because there's so much craziness going on, so I just haven't been having her back. But I think maybe I'll have her come back like before we leave for the holidays, just so that when we come back from that, I'm not like, oh my God, the house is a mess. So that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm also feeling like this vlog's getting pretty long. I have not started editing it yet, but it feels long. It's been about a week and a half of filming. So I think we're gonna wrap this up and just say that this is like a sort of toe dip into Vlogmas. This will be my last video that goes up before Vlogmas starts. I am doing weekly Vlogmas, so I will vlog for each week of December and put it up at the end of the week. I think last year I tried to put them up on Sundays, so I'll still try to probably aim for that, and we'll see how things go. And I am so excited. So if you have any ideas of things that you specifically want to see during Vlogmas, you know, traditions that we do that you would like to see return, I'll be very excited to do all of those for you. I have some other things up my sleeve in terms of new traditions and old ones that we're going to be doing, and I just can't wait. I'm really in the Christmas spirit now that I'm like cleaning and dropping into it. Whew, so highly recommend doing this if you need to, just like clearing out all of the old decor, vacuuming under everything and dusting, and then getting ready to bring in all of the new. I know some people have already decorated for Christmas and I'm probably late putting this up, but that's fine. I like to do a full fall. Thanksgiving is the end of fall in my mind, and now all of my Bone Apple Tip merch will come back out of storage. I need to do that. I need to, yeah, finish cleaning the rug and all these other ththings, but I need to wrap this up too. So let's just do that. I love you. You can find me on Patreon when I'm not on here, and I will see you for Vlogmas. Stay smiling. Bye, y'all.